It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. Every Friday, I go through what's new, what's out, what's happening, so we can get some other stuff up on the channel. And of course, you know we got to dive in when we see Tom MacDonald drop something. This one is called Stronger Version. I don't know what to expect from this. It seems like it's going to be maybe one of those reflective, kind of deeper songs. I could be wrong, but only one way to find out. Let's dive in. Let's see what that man's cooking with. And it looks like he got some waffles on the plate. If that's the case, I like him even more because for those of you guys that have followed me for a while on my main channel, Duane TV, you know that we used to have this debate back in the day, waffles versus pancakes, and waffles are just a better option. I like pancakes, don't get me wrong, but waffles are better. And honestly, second might actually be French toast and then pancakes, but that's just my own opinion. I even had the album we put out called Waffles. I felt that strongly about it. So anyways, let's just dive into this. Let's see what Tom's doing with it.
A couple 100,000 cigarette butts, a million beers or maybe more. Ooh, a couple dozen times I messed things up, but I'm moving on from before.
Oh, I don't think that's. Oh, I thought that was waffles. I think it's like chicken or steak, something like that. Okay, never mind. But we're gonna pretend it was waffles anyway.
Ooh, people don't like me for things I forgot, but I can't pretend to be someone I'm not. I've been sober, I've been wasted, I spent most of my life in between. I've been sorry, been mistaken, I've been nothing but how God made me. And I ain't gonna hate myself no more. Maybe I ain't perfect, but I'm putting that work in. I ain't gonna break down like before. And baby, I'm hurting, but I'm a stronger version.
Okay, I like this. I like that whole concept. I'm not gonna hate myself anymore. I like that because that's. I mean, I don't want to say that I hate myself, but I get down on myself with some regrets that I find hard to live with, and they're not even the worst things in the world. But I just feel like all these years that I smoked and I just wasted my time and I procrastinated and I spent money. Like if I go back and I try to calculate just an estimation of what I've spent over the past like 15 years that I've smoked weed, I'm like, bro, I'd have six figures in the bank probably. And that like it kind of bothers me deep down. And every so often I can't help but think of that when I'm like, yo, I'm driving this piece of shit car that I just got that already is giving me some issues. Or I'm living in this apartment, which it is nicer now that we painted and made things, but I'm like, I could be living, a better life than this. My credit could be better than it is, although I'm building that now. And you know what I'm saying? Like I could have more things. I could be traveling more often. If I had taken care of myself, I'd have better health. Not that my health is horrible, but like it just everything could be improved. And so part of me has a little bit of dislike for myself because of that. Or I guess you could say hate, but it's just more so like just regret and just being upset with myself. And in all reality, it's the dumbest thing ever because I can't go back and change any of that. I can't change any of it. There's no possibility. It's not a thing that we can do. So the only thing I can do is look forward, improve myself now, be the best version of me now, cut all the things out that I'm mad about from the past that I regret now, and do everything I can going forward to continue to improve my life. And that's something that I try to do every single day. But man, when one of those tough days comes up, you get mad at yourself, or when something pops up and you're like, well, I wonder if this was because of how this and this went in my past, right? Like if I start dealing with this issue, is it because I did this my whole life? Like it's stuff like that that just really gets to you. Or when you have one of those rough days and you're like, damn, like this day could be better because of this, or this financial situation could be better if for the past 15 years I was smart like some other people are and I saved all that money that I was spending on weed. But that's not the case. This is where I am. And so it's something that I've been trying and working really hard over this past year to try to like accept. And I never really thought about it while I smoked. It didn't start to hit me until I quit smoking back in February of this year that I done effed up. And it just never crossed my mind, I think, because I'd smoked so much at night and everything. And it just like the worries and the ability to give a F. And I'm not swearing because I don't want to get demonetized, but it would just kind of fall off and I'd go to sleep, pass out, wake up the next day. And I would just keep going about life like, there's still time. There's, that. Like it was just so easy to have shit just roll off my back. But now that I'm not smoking, it's something that's way more prevalent in my mind and I can't just take an escape from it anymore. It's something that I've got to actually address and I've got to focus on. So this song is, I like this. This hits home, stronger version. I'm trying to be a better me. I'm working hard. I got to stop hating myself, so to speak.
A couple 100,000 pills swallowed, a million tears or maybe more. Oh, a couple dozen pretty hearts I broke, but that isn't me anymore. Oh, people don't like me for things I forgot, but I can't pretend to be someone I'm not. I've been sober, I've been wasted, I spent most of my life in between.
Facts.
I've been sorry, been mistaken, I've been nothing but how God made me. And I ain't gonna hate myself no more. Maybe I ain't perfect, but I'm putting that work in. I ain't gonna break down like before. And baby, I'm hurting, but I'm a stronger version. Lord, I hit the ditch, walked right off the edge. I got knocked down and got up again. Oh, I tried to live more like my friends. I can't be nothing but just what I am. And I've been sober, I've been wasted, I spent most of my life in between. I've been sorry, been mistaken, I can't be nothing but how God made me. And I ain't gonna hate myself no more. Maybe I ain't perfect, but I'm putting that work in. I ain't gonna break down like before. And baby, I'm hurting, but I'm a stronger version.
I like this. Shout out to Tom, Nova, everything that they do. I always enjoy, but this one right here, this one hit home. And, you know, I don't want it to have hit home for other people because that means that you are like myself or like him. And obviously, you know, I'm not comparing myself to him. We're obviously very different. We've been through different struggles. So I don't like to try to compare myself to anybody. I know that my own struggles are mine, theirs are theirs, so on and so forth. But, you know, if you've been through some shit, then, you know, I'm happy if you relate to this because that means you're on the other side of it. That means that you're trying to make a stronger version of yourself. You're trying to stop hating yourself for your past mistakes. And anybody that's not quite there yet, but gets there at some point soon, you'll know what it's like. And it's not a bad thing. It's really not. It's not a bad thing. It's just trying to get over the thoughts of wanting to change some of the decisions you made in the past. That's the only thing. Once you get past that, there is a lot to be happy about when you think of the stuff that you have changed and the stuff that you will change and the stuff that you're working on and how you do feel that you are a better version of yourself, a stronger version of yourself, one that doesn't need the crutch anymore, one that doesn't need the escape anymore. And, you know, it's just, it's not easy to get there, you know, and I'm not even a full year into quitting weed. And I feel like it's going to be a process. I feel like it's going to be a couple of year process. It's probably going to take me a little time before I actually fully get there. And I think part of it is going to be finding success where I feel like I couldn't in the past or where I lacked it, which is like saving money, you know, getting myself a better vehicle, just putting myself in a better position financially is probably one of the bigger things, but then also making sure that I'm healthy and not letting my health deteriorate or just taking a back seat to some of the things that I want to do, right? As far as like the crutches that I had, like the smoking weed and the eating unhealthy and just all these kind of escapes and everything. And, you know, I have been eating unhealthy necessarily. And, you know, I've talked about in other videos on my main channel, Duane TV, how I've suddenly gained weight. I've never been above 160, 65 pounds in my life. And here I am at like 190, almost 200 pounds, which is crazy to me. I mean, I don't look that big. And honestly, my face fills out. I feel like it looks a little bit better, but I feel like a good weight for me is probably like 170, 175. It's probably where I should be. So that's the goal. I've got to get there, but I have been having a struggle with now eating healthier. Although I don't feel I'll ever go back to weed, it's the food now that's kind of replaced that escape. And I've got to get that under control before I regret that. And I just think it's going to be a continual ongoing battle until I find that balance. And so I hope everybody out there finds their balance. Anybody that has, shout out to you. Much respect. It's not easy. I know that now. And honestly, I'm not even on the harder side of things. Some people go through some real drug addiction where I'm over here, you know, complaining and whining about weed. But some people deal with, you know, alcoholism or stronger drugs like heroin or just these different things that are a whole different level than anything that I've fought myself through. So I commend you guys. I have nothing but respect for you, and I hope everybody the best. So with that said, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one, homies.